treatment hydroxychloroquine for the Trump derangement syndrome, or was it, how did you...
It was not TDS. It was not Trump derangement syndrome.
That wasn't your diagnosis. Okay.
It was BOS, Biden obsession syndrome. So I'm a boss.
All right,
I'm
I
a
gotcha.
boss.
You're a boss.
Not a TDS. Right, so Whitman took the hydroxychloroquine, and Trump was there. They sent me to the Walgreens in the lab coat. And
he prescribed for you, right?
I said, I'm just here. I have a little bit of anxiousness. And he said, have you tried cyanide?
Oh, did he bring out the swab?
I said, you're not a pharmacist. And he said, and you are? And I thought, I don't think we're going to get anywhere.
By the way,
with this.
A great point by the president. If he's not maybe, but are you?
Well, I'm rooting for it. I would like hydrox. That was out. Oh my gosh, I'm rooting for it. Exactly right. I feel good about it. Right, but why? I feel good about hitting the lottery tomorrow. But why? I have no reason. But I don't know odds or not. Why
he was? By the way,
but that's crazy talk.
He was vindicated, and our studio audience loves that. Is our studio audience sitting in an airplane?
Our studio audience is a little close to the
Lord.
studio today.
We're not social distancing. Okay, this is better.
Think golf.
Wow. Hold on. Let's see.
Think golf.
Airplane audience?
Too much. It's like the degrees of Trump. That's
nice audience.
Nice and soft, and thank you very much. I see you're all social distancing, and now he's gotten away from that. I see you're all doing human pyramids, and it's great that you're on top of each other. It's wonderful. So great. We're going back to normal, and it's great. But
he was right. That's the point.
But come on now.
That study that came out from Lynch, they actually had to acknowledge that the president was actually right and that these surveys were wrong about hydroxychloroquine killing you. And the media, did they talk about it?
It killed the one guy who took, a canister of them.
He was eating fish tank cleaner.
Well, and I think some hydroxychloroquine as well.
Look,
there was some issues there. I'm not gonna.
And by the way, his wife may have killed him. You remember that part of the story, right?
Look, I'm no one to judge. I don't know how many hydroxychloroquine he had or Flintstones.
By the way, I made you this cup of steaming hot hydroxychloroquine.
I'll pass. Thank you. There's plexiglass in between.
Does it look delicious?
You know what? Just sip a little bit of it and get very comfortable. Right? You feel okay, right?
Put your feet up.
Scooch up in your chair now.
Why don't you lay down in this roll of carpeting?
So if I tell you, speaking of Trump and hydroxychloroquine, if I tell you that on Saturday it's going to be exactly the high of 92 degrees and it's going to be sunny until 3 o'clock, and for a half hour there'll be rainfall, a sun shower, and then the sun will come back. But I have no meteorological credentials, which you might ask, why do you do the AccuWhitman?
I was going to say, you do that every day.
It's a bit. But I have no scientific knowledge or credentials to say it, but I get lucky and I'm right. Am I then a genius?
Or you read the news and you just pass it on. I don't think Trump was trying to be a genius. He just read encouraging studies about hydroxychloroquine and reported on them.
I just feel good about it.
He felt like it was good. He took it.
And you know what? So what do you say, sir, to the people who are looking for... I say you're a terrible reporter. Just feel good about hydroxychloroquine. Well, there are some people feeling really good about cocaine.
There was a story this week about some of the big top Republicans that won't be supporting President Trump in 2020. Now, the lie here is that Colin Powell supported President Trump in 2016. He did not. He voted for Hillary Clinton, but he came out and said he would vote for Joe Biden over President Trump. George W. Bush is also rumored to vote for President Trump. His office is now coming out saying that's not true.
Well, look, that's a little bit of fake news. I don't know who it was that said I wasn't voting for President Trump. It might have been my brother Jeb.
Now, Joe Biden got into a little bit of hot water yesterday. Again, he was out of his basement and made a gaffe. Imagine that. He talked about the numbers of people, the millions of Americans who have been infected with COVID. Take a listen.
Unnecessarily, now we have over 120 million dead from COVID.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. Swing and
miss.
Wait,
let me hear that one more time.
Unnecessarily, now we have over 120 million dead from COVID.
Strike! Joe, lead with the good news, man.
But here's the
Make
deal.
it up.
We don't have 120 million.
I understand that. Look, it's like the convention. Don't get bogged down in the numbers.
Yeah. Well, President Trump was with Hannity yesterday.
Saw that, yeah.
Heard about this gaffe.
Oh, no.
And commented on it, saying that the news media would have never let him go for making a mistake like that one.
I want to be a nice guy. I think I am a nice guy. I'm proud of being. I love people.
Yeah.
But my most important job is to run this country great. I built it once so great. Turn it off. Now we're doing it again, and it's happening.
And you're ready to roll.
It's going to be better than ever. But here's the thing: I've got to do that, folks. This is serious business. We can't have somebody. That's a mistake. That's not a mistake. That's a serious error. When he says he's running for the U.S. Senate, that's a serious error. When he says I'm going to beat Joe Biden, which got very little coverage, that's not like an error. Gee, it's a slip up.
Right.
It's a serious error.
Right.
So when you just told me that, I hadn't heard that just happened, I guess.
Yes, it did.
That's a serious error. That's not a permissible type of error because there's something going on. And we can't take that. It's wonderful to say, gee, I feel sorry or it's too bad because I do. Except we're talking about the presidency of the United States and it's just not acceptable.
I mean, Sean, you got to understand, it's like a serious error. This is not grounded to the shortstop in between his legs off to left field kind of error. This is like a really big, like, you don't know the warning track is there error. It's sort of like the era of huge errors in that era. Error.
Give me a Kennedy.
Error.
Is go out and register one person today, preferably for Republicans. But go out and register one person today and do your part. Help them. You can do it online.
You're saying help a person who isn't you, because I know you're a Trump person and you talked about voting twice. But
vote early and often. Vote for Eric early and often.
Early and often. Now, question: you're saying obviously make sure you're registered, but help someone who isn't registered. I support that. Help someone who.
Why not?
But with a caveat.
Mm-hmm.
Help someone who isn't registered. Register to vote. Period. Just as. See, that right there is what gets me.
Look, only one of us is an activist.
If somebody asks you if they may ride with you, a carpool situation to the office, and you say yes, you give them the ride. You help them register to vote.
Absolutely.
You don't in the car, when you give them the ride, subject them to your views on society, politics, all these other things.
Every moment's an opportunity, pal.
Just as when you are registering someone to vote, you are helping them get closer to their most fundamental freedom and to participate. Should not be viewing it as a captive audience for indoctrination of your views, whatever they may be, on either side or three sides.
If I have to put someone in my car, they better be ready.
Okay, so what you're doing is you're recruiting
You want to go to the bank
Republicans.
later?
You're recruiting – actually, yes, I do. You're recruiting Republicans. You're not trying to get people to vote. Now, you know who's really
I'm trying
helping?
to do both. I'm just reminding you, it's voter registration day. Can't we just celebrate that?
You would rhetorically clobber anyone in your car that you were taking down to help register to vote. They would get more MAGAs and CAGs than I think anyone's gotten in 4 years.
I would talk to them from a common sense perspective. I wouldn't talk MAGA or CAG. I would say, are you tired of paying so many taxes in the state? Are you tired of not being represented?
You know what? This was a mistake on my part. Can you pull the car over? I'd rather not vote this year. And I'd be out at the first stop sign.
I'd say, just leave your ballot behind. I'll take it for you.
No, you can leave me off here, right? No, but we're in an intersection. Yeah, I've done that before. Let me out.
White supremacism has done so repeatedly.
And touchdown on the white-haired Pence.
The fly landed. There was a fly on the head of Mike Pence.
Oh, yes.
And it was there for about 2 solid minutes. I mean, the guy brought his bags. He was vacationing.
I can tell you.
That was the fly's Airbnb. Was Mike Pence's hair.
With everything being fact-checked from that debate, let your morning answer have you know it's a fact that for 2 minutes and 3 seconds, 123 seconds to be exact, that fly made a nest on the head of the sitting Vice President Mike Pence. And the stunner is that at no point, if Vice President Pence was even aware of the fly, come on, Mike, please.
Well, here's the thing. He's good. He didn't touch his face a lot. Both of them, I got to give him credit because I'm constantly, you see me, I'm constant, and this is probably how I spread my own COVID. I touch my face all the time. I can't stop myself. I don't know why I do it. I've tried not to do it so much. I try every day. They didn't touch their face, and so he didn't even make a motion to wave it away. It just
Correct.
hung out.
Correct. Looking sort of in that moment, a little goofy, I think we can all say. Now, I will say I have not had the sensation of hair on my head for 30 years, so I don't remember if a fly ever fell on it, what it might have felt like to me.
It feels like a cushion, so you may not know that there was a fly sitting on your hair.
Can I make a politically provocative on purpose statement?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, everybody bear with me. By the way, know that Jennifer and I are COVID survivors, as are some here. Well, quite frankly, as is everybody.
As is the president.
Okay, well, the president, we want best wishes. President is doing well. That's fantastic news. Having that as the big issue, obviously, that is undergirding the debate or looming over the debate, and it's like awareness of what's flying around you and all of that, to sort of look like Pigpen from Peanuts and have...
Oh, wait, Whitman?
What?
Whitman? Hold on.
What? I don't
Hold
even
on,
know what
don't
you're
move.
talking about.
Hold on.
What? Ow! Ow! What are you doing?
Got it.
I just want to make
just
a
didn't
very
want-
serious point
I know,
about
but I didn't
politics.
want you to suffer the same fate as my
In
friends.
I
I'm
have
your
no idea
friend.
what you-
Oh,
no
in
idea.
fact, oh my gosh, what?
I have no
What
idea
is it?
what
What
you're
is
talking
going
about.
on?
Let me just say that I want to talk about the pandemic here in this great
hold
nation
on.
of ours. Ow, what are you doing? Why are you so...
I hit it twice just to make sure. But he did go to Florida yesterday. There is, I think it's Hispanic Heritage Month in Florida. So President Trump did a Latinos for Trump event, and now Joe Biden was there on Tuesday
Trump
evening.
Have the Cinco de Mayo, remember when he was running for president, the big picture of him at his desk with the, what's that
taco
called?
bowl.
With the taco bowl and the two thumbs up and the wild cap teeth smiling.
He loved it. Well, the Trump Tower makes the best salad like that.
Oh, yeah,
Come on.
down at the Trump Grill. Sure.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I mean, delicious. Anyway, Joe Biden at the podium yesterday raised some eyebrows when he came out and did this. This is not edited. We haven't touched it. This is what happened yesterday at this Hispanic event from Joe Biden. Take a listen.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
All right. I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you what, if I had the talent of any one of these people, I'd be elected president by acclamation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hello and happy Hispanic Heritage Month.
That's a very punchy and a very slow to start. Former Vice President Joe Biden, the song he's playing, Despacito. The lyrics are, when you kiss me with that skill, I see that you are malice with delicacy. Step by step, soft, soft. And now, on with the campaign.
I heard that the commission a little while ago changed the debate style, and that's not acceptable to us. I beat him easily in the first debate, according to the polls that I've seen, but I beat him easily. I felt I beat him easily. I think he felt it too. He wouldn't answer any questions, and he had the protection of Chris Wallace all night long. I thought Chris Wallace was a disaster, but I beat him in the first debate. At the second debate, we have a never Trumper as a host, but that's okay because I beat him in the second debate also.
COVID. Heard some COVID.
And but I'm not going to do a virtual debate. No, I'm not going to waste my time on a virtual debate. That's not what debating's all about. You sit behind a computer and do a debate. It's ridiculous. And then they cut you off whenever they want. I have a host who I always thought was a nice guy, but I see he's a never Trumper. Came out that he's a never Trumper. We do have some of them, Maria, believe it or not, because they don't like to win. But I'm not doing a virtual debate.
Quiet, Maria.
They didn't even tell us about the debate, Maria.
So you just learned this morning?
Yeah, we learned it the same way you learned it. They called up 2 minutes ago, and it was announced. And they're trying to protect Biden. Everybody is. They're trying, like that NBC disaster where he went on the show with Lester Holt. It was meant for a child.
He's not wrong about that.
Oh, come on. He's had a tough week. I mean, I do think, and if we can get a doctor about how, because COVID does, we talked about it, have a mental component.
Come on, he sounds great and totally normal, by the way. You may think he normally sounds mental, but he sounds like President Trump.
Well, it's a really weird thing to now be saying, and you did hear the COVID. It was like, you know what, I'm not going to do a debate like that. I mean, I proved it. I beat Joe. I know what a real debates are like. I don't know what to do it, Maria.
He
That's
hasn't
what I
had
heard.
symptoms. He
That's
hasn't
what I
had a
heard.
fever in like 5 days. He's doing fine.
You've said for years we can hear things differently. That's
Yes.
what I heard. I like Lincoln Douglas. So I'm not doing a debate like that.
Let's listen to it again.
I
Let's see
thought
if we
I
can
heard
hear that.
that.
Hold on.
I heard that the commission a little while ago changed the debate style, and that's not acceptable to us. I beat him easily in the first debate, according to the polls that I've seen, but I beat him easily. I felt I beat him easily. I think he felt it too. He wouldn't answer any questions, and he had the protection of Chris Wallace all night long. It was I thought Chris Wallace was a disaster, but I beat him in the first debate. At the second.
Ooh,
You know what? You're right with
I
it.
do you hear that?
Sorry.
And now
Whoa, hold on. Let me go back to that again.
I heard that the commission a little while ago changed the debate style.
Excuse me, Maria, so that's just going to be the I'm not going to debate, hold on, Maria, look, I was going to tell you, hold on. I'm not going to debate. And do this.
Do you know the president's favorite speed?
Favorite speed? What, to drive in a car?
Just anything. For anything to happen, he likes what? He doesn't like things to happen slowly. He likes them to happen
very fast, very quickly.
Quickly.
Quickly. Quickly is the word, right?
It's very fun to say when you trumpet.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Quickly. Quickly.
I want to bring you up to speed on an update from the campaign trail.
Oh, let's get to it.
I know. I feel like we need like a news theme or something. I'll just do it myself.
How about this? And now for a campaign election 2020 update. Here's Jennifer Horn in the breaking news center.
Confronted with its first known coronavirus scare, Joe Biden's presidential campaign turned the threat into another contrast with President Trump this week. In the closing weeks of a general election battle dominated by how Republicans and the incumbent have handled the pandemic and his own COVID-19 diagnosis.
The rapper 50 Cent.
Yeah, and this was his direct quote. I don't know if this is
I want to hear it.
a usual endorsement.
Well, no, I mean, it's a celebrity
And it's a
endorsement.
family show, so keep in mind I'll be bleeping myself.
Expletives deleted for broadcast.
What the blank? Vote for Trump.
I agree.
I'm out. Blank New York, the Knicks never win anyway. I don't care. Trump doesn't like black people. Are you out of your mind?
Okay, thank you. 50 Cent, one of the great men of the music industry.
And then Trump was asked for a response. He said,
Well, it was remarkable because people think Trump's bad, Trump's bad. I said, 50, consider my platform for just a little bit. My tax cuts, my military increases. Think about it a little bit. How I'm putting America first more, just a little bit. Saying no to the world health, just a little bit.
Well,
And then he took me to the candy shop, and Melania was there. We had a great time.
and you partied like it was your birthday, right?
Yes.
You sip Bacardi because it's your
Yep,
birthday.
Yep, it's your birthday. Go, Melania. It's like the song when you sing it's not very fast.
if you're in the business of scams today, anyone hearing us, when you put together the ID code, the fake name for the person, H for Hunter is not exactly brilliant. It's kind of an easy one to figure out. H.
He's not
Who
exactly
could that
brilliant.
be? And the big guy. Oh, that must be his
Here's the
father.
guy who had a to-do list that said, buy crack, call China, pick up laptop. And he forgot to do that third one.
Well, it might have a lot to do with the first one.
Right.
If he did the first
It's a
one,
great
I'm
disruptor.
surprised he did the second one.